to ignite your soul fire, to ignite your soul's desires and passion. You know, if you attended or listened to the replay of my recent Wind Horse Live workshop event, you know, really doing what makes us come alive and giving ourselves permission to do that and do it on a regular basis, whether it's, you know, again, penciling that in. And this goes above self-care. This is taking things up a notch. This is really about, you know, again, igniting that sacred fire within you that allows you to, first of all, connect with your desires and to know and trust and believe with every cell of your being that it wouldn't be there if you didn't already have that happening for you in another timeline, and B, if like the divine didn't place that in there for a reason, for your soul's growth and expansion. Okay. And so to really own that and you know, shed the shame or the guilt or, you know, whatever it is that might be keeping you from actually giving yourself permission to do those things, to invest your time, your energy, your money, your resources in the things that light you up and make you come alive. And, you know, here's the thing, when we also suppress or deny ourselves from those things, we are actually, I personally feel, slowly dying, right? We are, you know, our soul is actually slowly dying, and that can be, you know, that is so heartbreaking. And you know, the other piece that I want to add to that is the more we give ourselves permission to do that, that builds like a positive momentum of vitality, right? And, you know, vibrancy and having more energy and high vibe energy, right? So all of, there's this like, you know, cumulative effect that happens that's really powerful. Okay, I know that when I started really giving myself permission to prioritize my quality time and my writing with Indigo, you know, it just took things to such a whole other level for my health and wealth of being on so many levels. Okay, so anyway, I just want to share that. You know, and so then that leads me into another secret, which is that of what a horsepower is, what I want to call it, or medicine of the horse. And I also shared a bit about this in the recent workshop as well, the different dimensions from, you know, Pegasus, the unicorn, wind horse, you know, in the energetic etheric realm to the physical 3D. And because for me, I channel these energies, the collective spirit of horse, and because I have a rich background, you know, in the healing arts, working with hundreds, if not thousands of horses in my you know, decade plus, you know, experience as a renegade veterinarian, I feel that I bring many of the golden nuggets and the wisdom, if you will, of horse into my work and everything I do, and they have really informed my own healing journey. And that's why I have infused those pieces, those nuggets into my work. So, you know, two examples that I often refer to are the power of presence, which, you know, we talked about at the beginning, which horses are, you know, just masters at. They really can teach you the art of being present. You know, most animals do anyway, but I want to make a little distinction here with horses and like small animal companions, for example, dogs and cats, is because horses are prey animals and such large animals, right? 1,000 pounds on average, plus or minus, depending on the breed. They are not only hardwired for survival, so that their intuition, their empathy, their wisdom, all of that is really heightened, right, as a prey animal. And because of that, the wisdom that they bring in terms of being present, I feel, is just on a whole other dimension compared to other animals. And again, their pure physical size is also, you know, just really, if you spend time with them, it can be such an energetic signature or imprint that they can really impress upon you when you're in their vortex, if that makes any sense. But anyway, the really, you know, the power of presence, because the congruence, the alignment, they are always, you know, aligned. There's a book I often mention called Horses Never Lie, you know, and I can't remember the author right now, but you know, that piece is just one of the many golden nuggets they offer. Another one is that of emotional agility, you know, being able to master our emotions and really not let them, in terms of the flight or fright that, you know, I was chatting about earlier. Can we navigate those emotions, soothe our nervous system, expand our awareness around why we might be, you know, again, holding our breath, or our heart is racing, or, you know, and then use some tools, for example, the breath, right, to start to soothe and calm our nervous system down and get us back into a safety zone where now we can actually function at a higher capacity. Even our intuition is going to be affected when we are in that space of fear or anxiety or flight, right? Again, we're not thinking clearly. And so, you know, we're not going to tap into our intuition clearly either. That's going to be colored through that lens of fear. Okay. So really, really important. And then the final and fifth secret that I want to share with you today is that of the embodiment piece. And these are all connected, but really embodying the, you know, the woman, or again, the man, depending on, you know, what fits here, embodying that person that you came here to be, and embodying that person that you are desiring to grow into and become. When you start exploring and looking at your desires, which again, this is something we went into in the workshop, but when we start exploring those desires and getting clear on our vision and our values and all the things, right? We can really start to feel into who is that person and how would that person actually be, you know, acting, behaving, feeling, making decisions, you know, from that place of already being that person who is already either, you know, achieving whatever success and whatever that means to you, or health, or, you know, whatever that is. I mean, our minds are so powerful. And when we can really step into that place, and I think I mentioned this in the email, like really, you know, I've heard this in several different ways from different mentors, but, you know, we don't get what we want. We get what we expect. We get what we believe, and we get who we are being on the inside. Okay. That ends up being reflecting our external reality. Okay. And so, you know, that's one of the reasons that the whole thing about the law of attraction, why it doesn't always work, is when there are parts of us inside that don't really believe, say, the affirmations that we are saying or writing or whatever the case may be. And that creates a disconnect and really slows down the manifestation process, and why you may have mixed results or not be seeing what you desire yet. But when we can get everything in alignment, our thoughts, our feelings, our, you know, behaviors, our vibes, you know, and ultimately our actions, right? Acting as if we are already, you know, we already have the thing, or we already made it in terms of, you know, maybe there's a certain career goal or whatever it is. You know, or again, a health goal, it doesn't matter, or having the relationship, it all fits or applies when we can embody and more fully step into that person, that individual. We are going to vibrate at that level, and then we start to collapse time and bring in the experiences, the people, the, you know, events, the connections that are actually going to bring us closer to manifesting or realizing our soul's goals. So in a summary, a quick recap is, and I had this actually as an acronym, SHINE. And really, these 5 secrets or stepping stones are what can allow you to shed, the shame, the guilt, the rules, the programming, all of that, to really rise to your full potential and shine your light. And so the S is that safety zone, soothing your nervous system and really settling into your sacred seat so that you can again, learn the art of being present and taking up full residence in your body temple. The second one is the H, is the horsepower, right? Leaning into the golden nuggets and wisdom from horse that can assist us in, really embodying more freedom and movement and power, because they just embody that so beautifully. And, there is power in like the power of the herd or the power of energy or the power of, whatever vortex, the things you're tuning into, right? We can lean into and borrow those energies like our animal spirit guides or whatever. Again, you don't have to have them in person to really learn from and begin to borrow some of their wisdom. Okay. The third one is to ignite your soul fire. What are your passions and desires? What makes you come alive? And really to give yourself permission to not only, own those things, like know what they are, have clarity on what they are, allow yourself to connect with them and to give yourself permission to lean into doing them. Okay. Investing again, your time, energy, and money, resources in doing those things or bringing you closer to those things or things that have those vibration. Okay. And taking the inspired actions that are aligned with those things. Okay. The fourth one is the N, that's that nourishment. We talked about soul care and self-love and really nourishing your body, mind, and spirit on all levels. And finally, the embodiment piece that really helps bring everything together and ultimately helps us elevate more quickly, quantum leap and collapse time. And really, as we step into our dreams and desires of thinking about and envisioning who is that person who would be doing, having, experiencing those things. Okay. So